Hi, it's Robert Klein here again. We're going to talk about now the mortgage down payment basics number 3. We're going to talk about how to refinance your current property to pay for your down payment for your next property. All right, so let's talk about refinancing a property. So imagine you had a little house, like maybe you had a condo, and obviously you want to go into a bigger property. And most people, or actually a lot of people, they don't know, but they believe that they have to sell off this property to get access to the equity and use that money for a larger down payment for the big property. So they got to sell that thing off. An alternative is actually just to refinance what they currently have. So if they want to go from a small to a big, they can keep the small and probably keep the big. So let's go through an example. Imagine that this person had a 400 grand property. So that's the value. And they had a 200 grand mortgage. So that's 200,000 in equity. So if they sold it, they could then take that $200,000 and buy another property or a bigger house. Well, an alternative is to keep the small one as a rental if they chose to, and they can go to the bank and use their property, use that $400,000 value, and get access to a 90% of the value of that property. So they can actually get a new mortgage up to 90% of the value, or in this case, $360,000. So obviously they have to pay off their original mortgage of 200 grand. So they pay that off. And what they'll have left in cash is another $160,000 that they can use for the down payment of that big house. And this is one of the basic strategies that people use to start to own multiple properties. So to implement this program, it's really done on a case-by-case basis. So if you'd like to know if this would work for you or you qualify, put your information in the right. We'll get in contact with you and we can just talk to you over the phone and figure it out from there.